Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about wild felines and canines, specifically two different species we have here at the Oklahoma City Zoo, bobcats and African painted dog. I'm Libby Hayes and you're watching OKC Zoo at 2. Today, right now, we're going to meet Dodger, one of our bobcats. We do have two bobcats here at the zoo, Cody and Dodger is our younger bobcat. He'll be turning 11 months old with a birthday in May. He's a really young, spunky bobcat with a personality to match. He literally bounces off the walls and is a very affectionate, sweet cat that has a lot of energy and a lot of interest in his environment and isn't afraid to interact with new spaces or new things. Bobcats are unique to other cats, specifically due to their large range here in North America. They have the biggest range of all of the North American cats, spanning up from Canada all the way down into Mexico. So we're pretty special to have them here as well in Oklahoma. They're one of two wild cats that we have, bobcats and mountain lions. One of the unique things about them is their short tail. Since they are called a bobcat, that has to do with the look of their tail. Bobcats, like most other cats, are a solitary animal that's also nocturnal. And these guys are fantastic hunters. They hunt everything from birds to small rodents, other types of mammals, and specifically with bobcats, they can catch something that's about 8 times the size of their body. So they're actually really good hunters. So we discourage having wild cats as pets because it does affect the populations and it also affects their conservation. We're lucky with bobcats that they're not an endangered species, but we'd like to keep it that way. So not keeping them as pets or not crossbreeding them with domestic cats is what we would advise. Wild cats are very different from domesticated cats because they haven't gone through the process of being domesticated. They're not used to living with people and they have a lot of wild instincts, from hunting, needing a lot of space to patrol their territory, and also marking a lot. You wouldn't want a wild cat marking all over in your house because they do that to protect their territory and also signal to their mates. So they do lots of spraying, lots of scratching, and overall just need a lot of space. So Dodger's really special, not only to us as his caretakers, but definitely to the zoo community and all of our guests and fan base because he's a super personable cat. You'll see when you come to the zoo, if you interact with him at the glass, he's going to be very interactive back with you. He's really interested in people since he's been around people since he was so young. And I think that definitely gives him a really big draw to everybody who comes and visits him, especially kids. He loves interacting with people, so kids get a really big kick out of it. So we're now at our African painted dog habitat. We have 5 painted dogs here. We have mom and dad, Xena and Dojo, and then 3 of their offspring. We have Tex, we have Backslash, and Spot. Being African painted dogs, one of the ways that they got those names is by those beautiful coats that they have that have all of those different spots on them, like they are painted. And every single dog has a completely different set of spots and a completely different look to them. And that's a really easy way for us as their caretakers to be able to tell them apart. For example, one of them, Tex, is really easy to tell apart because he has a spot on the side of his hip that literally looks like the shape of Texas. So painted dogs make a lot of different vocalizations. It's one of the unique things about this species of canid versus a lot of other canids. They communicate to each other a lot that way, and they'll actually, when they decide to go on a hunt, they'll make whistling noises to each other to kind of agree, yes or no, should we go this way, should we go that way? So African painted dogs are a canid, so that means they're related to lots of other dog species such as dholes, bush dogs, wolves, and even your domestic dog. But one of the things that really separates them is the way that they hunt. So since they are a pack animal, there's usually lots of them going after a hunt together. So over 20 dogs all hunting after the same animal. And since there's so many of them, they can take down really large prey, such as a wildebeest or a zebra, and they have incredible endurance, so they can run for a very long time, usually longer than the prey that they're chasing. So when it comes to be a successful animal in Africa and a predator, they are about 60 to 90% successful when they go on a hunt, compared to what you think of as a big predator in Africa as the lion, who's only successful about 30% of the time. African painted dogs are an endangered species, and there's a couple different reasons for that. One of them is habitat fragmentation. As with most species in Africa and all over the world, they're losing their habitat. So they need a very large habitat to sustain a very large number of dogs living together. And so for them to be able to get from one area of prey to where another area of prey is, it's really hard when that area is fragmented. So African painted dogs and bobcats are distant relatives of our domestic dogs and cats at home. So our dogs and cats should help inspire us to help save their wild counterparts in the wild. And one way you can do that is by donating to the zoo's Roundup for Conservation Fund. That money goes to lots of different conservation groups, one of them directly related to painted dogs. In 2018, we were able to donate $20,000 to the Painted Dog Research Trust. It's important for us to remember that even though African painted dogs, bobcats, lots of other wildlife might look like our dogs and cats at home, they are very different wild animals that should stay in the wild. Thank you for watching OKC Zoo at 2, keeping Oklahoma connected during our temporary closure.